Hi, this is Mimi from Mimi's Papercrafting. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to part 2 of making a mini album for people who don't like to do spines and that kind of stuff. This is going to be a mini album on book rings. It's fall themed, obviously. Look how pretty it is. And we got all the pages done and the cover done in the last video, and then off camera I did come through and cover all the stuff I hadn't covered yet. So everything is now covered and pretty. And this fall paper is absolutely beautiful. It is from, I did add this flap because I wanted to add something else, but this paper is from Michaels, and that's the bottom. Now, I said we would do some fun stuff. First of all, this page here is not done yet because I do want to add a flip out on this side. So I'm hoping I have, this is all my scraps over here, and I'm hoping I have a scrap that I can use, but I probably don't. I'm probably going to have to use, yeah, this last piece of craft paper that I had grabbed. I'm going to have to buy more craft paper too. But we're going to cut this to, let's do 4 1/4. I'm going to do 4 1/4 by 7 1/4. Okay. Oh, and then while we have this out, let's cut our mat. So this is 7 inches, and then the mat would be 3 3/4. I'd cut it to 4 1/4. We're going to score 1/4 of an inch, and then we want 1/4 of an inch for the mat. Okay, that's the math on that. So let's just get this done. What did I do? There it is. I'm like, what did I do with that paper? And then we're going to do some other fun things, but I wanted to get this done and matted, and I ended up only cutting one mat. Jeez Louise, I'll need a second mat. Okay, so we're going to score this at 1/4 inch on both sides, and then maybe should we do something else too? All right, let's see. So this would go here, right? So it would go here. Should we do something else? Should we do a longer, skinnier spot coming out from here? Why not? Why not? So that is 5 1/2. I don't want to do 5 1/2. Let's do 5 1/4. Do 5 1/4. I do have more craft paper. I'll just have to grab it for the other stuff by 7 1/4. All right, and now we need to cut our mats. Let's make sure we cut enough mats. I need another one of those, which was what? I don't remember. 3 3/4. Yeah, 3 3/4 by 7. And I just cut this. I didn't want it like that. I cut it to 7 1/4, and I didn't want it 7 1/4. Let's do it 4 1/4. There we go, 4 1/4. So then we need 2 mats that are 4 3/4 by 4. 4 3/4 by 4. Not big enough. Not big enough. This one will be, and this one will be. So we'll take these. These will be big enough. I'm trying to use up all my scraps. What did I say? 4 3/4 by 4. 4 3/4 by 4. 4 3/4 by 4. Okay. Then we're done with that. And I have to score it. Do I not? Stay. Yes. On the 5 1/4, we're going to score a 1/4 inch like we've been doing. Now, you can do this bigger and make your pieces that attach bigger if you want. You just have to change the measurements. And tape. Okay. So tape that. Tape this. Okay. I'm going to add this one to the middle-ish. I'm just gonna just guesstimate here. I'm not going to pull out a ruler and get it perfect, because it doesn't matter to me if it's perfect. It's just, here we go. And we're going to do the same thing. Take the tape off of here. There we go. And wrong. No. Correct. Jeez Louise. Line it up and press it down. And now we can add our mats. Have I lost it? Nope. I have this one here. I did forget to trim. That's all right. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Is this it? Yep. So many scraps over here. I need to grab another piece of craft cardstock, I believe, and then we're going to put some pop and twists in between some of these pages. We're going to put this one here. Yep, we're going to put some pop and twists, and I have a die for that. If you don't have a die for it, there's plenty of tutorials. I'm not the best at it, that's why I have a die. But there's plenty of tutorials out there. Okay, so now all of our pages are covered. All right, now let me grab another piece of paper. Okay, fun fact, this is my last piece of craft paper. I need Michael's to have their paper go on sale so I can buy more craft paper and more black paper because I'm out of both. All right, and I won't buy them unless they're on sale. Here is the pop and twist. What else do I have in here? And then we need, that's this, right? This goes with this. Yeah, okay. All right, so we need these cut out, and I want to do this twice. So let's cut this in half. You should be able to get 2 sets. Yep. All right. I'm going to pause while I cut these out because my table does shake. Okay. this, I cut them out at the same time. And this one did not cut out. The bottom one did not cut out for this one very well. I'm just going to take my scissor. You'll find that with some dies, that some dies just will not go through 2 pieces of paper. But I have everything else cut out. And then it's just about folding them. So my die, you can easily do this. How about I give you the dimensions of this, and then you can just cut it out for yourself. This is 5 1/8 by 2 1/4. And this is 6 3/8 by 2 1/4, and each one of these are 1 1/8, 1 1/8 blocks. Okay, so that's what this one is. Now this one is already scored for me. Can you see that? Yes, you can. But if you're just doing it with a piece of paper, all you do is fold it in half. Okay, you fold it in half, and then you fold through the center mark to make this shape, and then you would fold the other way. That's it. Fold them through the center mark, and then that's it. And then you put it together, you fold it in. It makes a little house. So you got a little house. And then these get accordion folded. There you go. That's it. Okay, and then these just nestle in like so, and then when you open up your page, it pops out like so. See? Pops out like so. Okay, so I always screw up how I end up putting it on. I'm not gonna lie, I always screwed up putting it on. Putting it in the page. So if you want it to go this way, come on, you're gonna glue it this way, right? Into the page. So you're gonna glue it like this. So when you open the page sideways, it pops like this. If you want it to pop like that, you put it on a top-bottom fold. Okay? All right? So, we have one there. Let's do the others. An accordion. And then fold it in half. Hold it like that. Hold it like that. And then you poke these to the inside and you make a little house. That's all. You make a little house and then it gets put in like this. So now we gotta find what pages we're gonna put these on. Alright, this one flips up, but we have all of these. So let's put that one aside. This one flips up, so we could put it in this one here. And you would glue it down and glue it down, and then when you open it, that is when it pops. Okay? So we'll do this one like so. Alright. We're going to glue this here, glue this here, take this in with the mouth out, and line them up. And what I'm going to do is clip them so they dry. And I'll do the same with this one. Okay, the mouth, the M, W, whatever you want to call it, it's the mountain out, and slip it in and line it up. And then we're going to clip them. Okay. Alright, that's that. I'm going to pause and wait for them to dry. Okay, I did this one off camera, but I thought I would show you this one. Now, I did line this up to be in the middle because we don't want it to go over the edge. If you put it down here too far, when it pops open, it'll pop in and out, like off the side. So I did do my best to line this up in the middle, and all you do is put glue on the roof of our little house, and I just put my tip where the 0 is on my centering ruler, close it up, and then I'm going to use clips to clip it closed for when it dries, for it to dry, because you need this to dry very well before you play with it, which is why I did one off camera so that one would be dry. So here we go. Ready? There it is. So you have a nice little interactive, fun item here. And then you can put little pictures on there. And then it just folds back up. And I keep not putting the clip where it's supposed to be, so it's pulled up. So let me glue this down. Okay. And the clip needs to come down here, so I'm going to use my bigger clip. It needs to come down, ow, I just clipped myself, down here farther than these smaller ones will reach. So maybe I should do, let's check this one. Yep, I need to make sure that I have it clipped in that spot there. All right, now, before we do anything else, let's start putting the holes, punching the holes in our stuff. So this is our cover. Where's our bottom? Here's our back. Here's our cover. So I'm going to use my center ruler again, and I'm just going to find 3 spots to put my rings. So I always do one directly in the middle. So this will be 3, since this is 7.5, we're going to be 3 5/8 up to get our middle. And then I usually do 2 inch down from the middle on each side. That's how I usually do mine. And then the crocodile. So I'm going to find a good depth. There we go. That's good. Punch the hole. Come on. Okay. So now we have our 3 holes. And I'm going to line it up with the back, and I'm going to trace the holes. Now, I will tell you forever and always, please always use the first thing you punch that you measured out carefully as your stencil for your other holes, okay? That way, if you do end up going off a little bit on other holes, you recorrect yourself. Chipboard. Sometimes it doesn't want to spit out the chipboard. That's fine. So we just line up our circles that we drew inside the circle of the crocodile. If you do not have a crocodile, listen. If you don't have a crocodile, why don't you, is my question. But if you don't, when I first started and I didn't have one, I literally used my boyfriend's drill press. Okay? Well, my boyfriend did. I had him use the drill press. So there we go. Our holes are perfectly matched, perfectly aligned, and now we just have to do the holes in our other pages. So I'm going to do my pages one at a time and do the same thing draw my circles. And normally I'm not as fussy, but it's important that these things line up correctly. But seriously, if you don't have a crocodile, what are you doing with your life? Because honestly, it goes through anything. It goes through anything. It's gone through chipboard, fabric, leather. It'll go through almost anything. I even saw somebody use it to go through a thin cookie sheet from Dollar Tree. Yes. So it'll go through so many different things. Okay. All right, now let's make sure we have this the right way. It's this way. Now we're on the pages that we're going to have to slit to go open around the rings. So all I do for that is literally take my scissor and do this. Slit. Slit. Okay, and then we have this one that is the same. I'm just going to cut this little edge off there and do the same thing over here. Just cut off the little edge. That doesn't bother me at all. All right, so we have that one. And oh, I'm like, where are the other ones? They're over here. Okay. So look at that, pops up really nice. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. And cut these out. Okay, and this last one, which goes this way. And then that's it. Now we just have to do the cut. Now we just have to not break our pencil lead. And then we just have to decorate our cover. Or leave it blank if you don't know what you're going to do, which I might just leave it blank because I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, and then we have this pop and twist right here. Okay. I don't know what happened with this, but it did not stick down right there. Let me re-glue it. A little bit of glue there, and then I'll fold it back up and clamp it right there. All right, now we can just put this together. You just need some book rings. I have all different size book rings, so this will probably end up being big, so I'm going to use whatever size this is. 1.5 inch. Okay. I also have super big, but those are really big. I don't think I need them that big. All right. So all we're doing, open the rings, and I'm going to put my cover on one side, okay, and my back cover on the other. Now, if you would want to use eyelets, you can. I don't suggest it. Not for chipboard. Sometimes the posts on eyelets are just not big enough, deep enough. I did not want okay. I didn't want the two pop and twist near each other. Oh, I didn't, you guys, you didn't tell me to cut these here. I forgot. So I'm going to put one in the front and one in the back. Okay, so we have that. We're going to do this one here, this one here, this, and this one. Okay, close it up. All right, and here you go. Here is your mini album on rings. And now, listen, it can hold so many pictures. Let's see. A picture here. Pictures here. Pictures here. Picture here, here, here. So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And now this one. Oh, I'm like, what is going on? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Hey now. We're missing something here. Is this it? It is now. I don't know if that's it. I don't know. I didn't really want that there. Let me cut another piece because that's too much orange right there. So let's cut another piece. We'll get that in. That was what? Am I going to remember? No. It is 3 3/4. So 7" by 3 3/4. All right. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Where was I? Over here. Let's glue this in. And now I lost track of how many photos it was. It's been a lot, right? All right. That was 15, I believe. Okay. So right here was 15. We'll go with 14 just in case because I don't remember. So 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and then you can add up pictures on here too. 32. So 32 photos, and I didn't count these, so 44 photos, right? I didn't count the other ones. We'll just say 40 because I don't remember if I counted the other ones. So this little guy who took us about a little over an hour, I'm going to say an hour and a half. Took an hour and a half with cutting and everything. Holds 40, at least 40 photos, because you can add photos on here. You can add 2 photos on here. You can add multiple photos, and that keeps pulling up. Why does that keep pulling up? That's really driving me nuts, and I don't know why it's pulling up. Why is that pulling up? I don't know. Right here it's got a, we're just going to leave that clipped for a little while. Okay, so that's it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this project. I'm going to leave it naked. I'm not decorating. I'm leaving it plain. That way whenever I do want to eventually use it, if I want to give it to somebody, I can decorate it then and do whatever. But until then, I'm just leaving it plain. I'm sorry if that disappoints you. I'm gonna tell you, like, I have so many. Hold on, let me grab them. All right, so these are the albums that are just sitting on my shelf that I can show you different ideas for decorating covers, okay, if you need an idea. This one here, I used an old denim pocket and put tags in, and this is like this kind of themed, so this worked perfectly. A old denim pocket, burlap, the word farmer, and then some tags that I decorated. That works perfectly. This one is literally just from a fall paper pad. One of the pieces from a 6x8 fall paper pad. Works great. Okay. This one here is basically what I mimicked the other one off of, but this one's more intense. Like it's very thick, very heavy. But here I just did fun corners on the edges. I cut this out with my Cricut. That's how I decorated this one, and this is 2020. Okay, this is April to August of 2020. So here, I'll show you. So there's all kinds of just, here's the dog, like this was it. Like, that's covered because I've already showed this. But this was April. Each one is a new month. Each of these pages is a new month, and that's how I did this one, and that's how I did the cover. Because this was all, since it was 2020, it was all basically on us. You've seen me do this when I have this video. I used metal for a year and then punched this out with my word punch board from We Are Makers. You've also saw me do this one, and this is just letters I cut out with metal dies, and this has glossy accent on it to make it glossy, and that's that. Very easy, simple ideas for your covers if you needed some kind of idea. Okay, so that's it. Honestly, I'm going to tell you, I've turned into this person that I make so many projects. When you have a crafting channel, you make so many projects, you don't know what you're going to do with them. And I don't want to be decorating something if I don't know what I'm doing with it anymore. I would rather just this sit somewhere, and when I'm ready for it, then do the decorating. So that's why it's not getting decorated. Honestly, I have so many, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I could just use it as an example, but example for what? I don't have a store. I don't have anything like that. This is just for me or for whoever I decide to give it to. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this project and seeing mini albums made in a different kind of way. I love making them this way, and like they're just so much fun to not have to worry about whether or not something will work in an album where you put a spine in. That's my whole thing. The whole accordion folding like a spine and gluing it in. That's not always my jam. It's not my favorite way to make mini albums. But that's how most people make their mini albums, but it's not my favorite way. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the like button. Comment down below and let me know what you do with all of your albums if you make albums. I need to know, what do you do with them? Because I'm running out of people to give them to and things to do with them. And it's getting a little frustrating. So, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.